Dilly, when a team is sort of going through a stretch like you guys are now, I mean, how important is it maybe to come home where you're basically here for a 2-week stretch? You have that last change, you have all those things that play in your favor to find your game again as a full team.
Yeah, we've been really comfortable at home this year. It's been a focus for us since basically day one of training camp to be good in this building in front of our fans. Kind of all those things you said. You have the advantage when you're playing at home. You're comfortable. I don't know if we've necessarily lost our game. I think some of the stuff that we've been doing just isn't us, but I don't think it's been like we had the lead last game. We started the way we wanted to. I see a couple just kind of lapses, and next thing you know, I think that's what we're learning, or at least we should know by now, is every team in this league can score. It doesn't matter where they're at in the standings. Teams can embarrass you if you're not sure.
When you say there are things that you're maybe as a team doing uncharacteristic of what you guys expect from each other, is that?
Yeah, I think there's just some missed coverages, some turnovers, just some stuff where we're maybe on the offensive side, thinking we're going to score a goal, thinking we're going to, win a puck battle, and, whether the puck bounces the wrong way or we lose that one. I think when we're on top of our game, we've got enough, skill to score goals or score on the power play, whatever it is, that when we focus on the defensive side of the puck, when we're smart, when we're focusing on our coverages, I think is when we're at our best.
Seems like a couple weeks ago we were standing here having this same conversation, but obviously I'm sure what happened in Chicago was wildly disappointing for you. Just what have the last couple weeks been like?
Yeah, it sucked. It sucked. It was emotional. It was, I was very frustrated, but not much I can do about it. So kind of have deja vu talking to you guys again. But just I'm back and dodged a bullet, which is nice. So you have to look at the positives and everything.
So I assume you're back a little sooner than maybe originally you would have thought when that collision happened.
Yeah. The original planning was a little bit different, but then got some good news throughout the process, and then it just kept healing and getting better and better. So to a point where I can play again. So I'm happy about that.
I was going to say, yes, we just had this conversation, but just the excitement to be back and part of this group. And one of the things Sheldon has really said, that when you're in the lineup, you really help sort of shape that, top 6, that top 9. I mean, for you, what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, I was playing good again, and then, stuff like that happens, but, it feels like I'm starting the season for a third time now. So hopefully this is, third time's a charm and I can stay in. And, every time I'm in that, bottom 6 or wherever I am, I just try playing the same way. And I feel like Sheldon kind of knows what he's going to get out of me. And I know what I'm going to get out of myself. I don't try to do too much. I just try and be the same player I always am. And if that means chipping it in or, scoring something, I don't know, just helping out in any way I can, I try my best to.
Sheldon, does it feel like Cody's starting the season again for a third time here?
I guess it's just nice to see him back.
Yeah.
He's positive, and ideally you get practices and these kind of things to get him back going. But that's just not the reality of the schedule or our situation. So he's cleared and feels good, and talking to him, he's excited to get back to it.
How much does that, help your bottom 6 there and what you're able to do with your lineup?
Yeah, it makes a significant difference. In the games that he's played, it's made a significant difference. But we need to come in, we need to play well, play well, play hard, play fast, do all these kind of things and get comfortable again early. That's important, as we saw the last little bit. I mean, we've had a number of other guys that come back in the lineup and haven't played the same level that when they were at before they went out. So it's always nice to get guys back, but you need them to play well. So that's the other piece of it. But he's had lots of good skates here since we've been gone, and is confident to get going. And having another center ice position to be filled is really good for us.
Looks like you're going to have Whitey come into the lineup tonight based on what we were seeing out there. What are you kind of looking from him, and maybe that pairing with Dilly right now?
The games Whitey's played, he's played a real efficient game. Nothing crazy offensively, obviously, but he's been solid defensively. Quite frankly, since he's left, we've been a little more chaotic, and obviously it's not just on Whitey's presence in or out, but he helps. Sort of solidify that. He plays a very calm, relaxed, I would say very mature game. He knows who he is and knows what's expected of him. We need him to just go out and do that. And he did a good job on the right side, which, with us kind of rejigging the pairs, we wanted to, or we needed a guy to go over to the right, and he's done a good job there. So that's another factor too.
Luke, good to go?
Yeah, Luke's good. Yeah, no issues with Luke. He's good.
Now that it's been a couple games, what are you seeing from Dawson now that he's been in that center position?
To me, it's less about the center position. It's more just about his game. The center position I think it can be a little bit overrated in terms of some of the responsibilities that come with it. You're talking about face-offs and D-zone coverage. That's really a big part of it. All the other areas of the ice, for the most part, it's kind of positionless hockey. That's the way the game is played now. Guys are constantly switching, but I think it mentally can wear on you a little bit, just because you have a little more responsibility, as I mentioned, the face-offs and the D-zone coverage, and sort of being the quote-unquote leader of the line. But I think he's been pretty consistent in terms of his play, and no issues defensively. We just got to get him kind of free and skating and competing and doing all those things. So that's really what's important, not just for him, but for many of our players.
How's Brett Pesce doing? Has he resumed skating yet?
He has. He's been skating quite frequently. Obviously, he's an upper body injury, so he's been able to skate quite a bit. Not close to returning at this stage, but he'll have no shortage of time on the ice by the time he's ready to go.
You referenced throughout the season, but Saturday again, about inconsistency. At times, best defensive team, other times not so good. Where is that inconsistency showing mostly? Just simply results, or is there one particular area?
No, it's the rush. It's the free chances. It's the breakaways. It's you just can't give that stuff up. 4 breakaways the other night. So you look at any of the games where we've been real bad and it's gotten away from us. That has been the issue. And when we don't give that up, other areas of our game are pretty buttoned up, and we've been as good a defensive team as there is in the league. So it's a level of consistency that we need to find. So that's been the messaging. That will continue to be the messaging. We've got to get it right. And you can't, in search of more offense, you cannot give up the big chance against, because no matter how much offense you want to generate, you're not making up for 4 breakaways. I think those are freebies, especially when they come at the hands of elite players, which the elite guys are usually the ones that have the good instincts to recognize when you're making a mistake or you're getting a little loose. So, just got to be better. Got to be more aware, and it has to be a major priority at all times, no matter what the score is, no matter who the opponent is. We just can't do that stuff.
Sheldon, you're in the middle of another 2-week or so stretch where you don't have more than one non-game day off in a row. It's game, off day, game. How do you overcome the lack of practice time that comes along with that schedule, particularly with players coming back from injury and in and out of the lineup?
It's been a great challenge, and obviously the entire league would be going through it. It's sort of what I referenced earlier. It becomes that much more challenging to reintegrate injured players. It's one thing to have guys back, but in order to get their game back going and get them playing again, you usually you put them through 1, 2, or even 3 practices at full speed before doing so, and you just don't have that luxury. Cody Glass would be another example today. Especially with the number of injuries we have. If he's cleared and he's good to go physically, we need him in the lineup, and we don't have the benefit of time. So you got to get guys going. So it's a challenge to reintegrate players from injury. Sometimes it's nice to get guys back, but then you're like, what are we going to get from them? And then the other part of it is just when your game is kind of going off the rails a little bit, you don't have the time to take a day off, regroup, have a practice day, and get going. So that's tough. It makes it hard. So we've tried to get more out of our game day meetings and treat them more like practice day type meetings. Try to be more purposeful with 1 or 2 themes in our morning skates. That it's not going to be at the intensity that you would necessarily get out of a practice, but at least can kind of prime them mentally for what you want and kind of walk through it that way. And that's kind of it. That's the way it's going to go. We're going to start a stretch here now. It's going to be 8 games in 13 days. I think it's something like 11 games in 18 days or something crazy like that. Like it's a tough stretch, but everybody in the league is going to go through it. It's just a reality, and we have to embrace it and optimize our use of time every single day. That's really what it's going to have to be about.
Thank you,
Just
Sheldon.
if I could ask last one, which is about the decision making. Are you finding that guys, as they search for offense, are making poor choices as to when to go, or are guys not seeing that and covering? Or
Yeah, it's a bit of both. It's just kind of, pucks are available. You make a decision whether you're a defenseman or a forward. You make a decision when a puck is available or up for grabs. You make a decision on whether you're going to lean a little bit on offense or you're going to, I use the term cheat for defense. You talk a lot in hockey about guys are cheating for offense. I talk a lot about we need to cheat for defense. Sometimes when the pucks are in question and they're in really vulnerable spots, you need to cheat for defense. Assume that it's going to go bad and be in position to win the puck back, and then we'll go back on offense. That's really it. And the more you start pressing and searching for some offense, you can tend to lean the wrong way a little bit too much. And then it opens you up. And sometimes it's a mental thing, it's a fatigue thing. Like, there's lots of different factors that come into play on it. But the reality is we've got to get better at it, doing it all the time. Because when I say we got to get better at it, it's not a system thing, it's not a structure thing, because we've shown that we can do it very well. In fact, in this building, we've done it very well. We get out on the road, and it seems to get a little bit loose and inconsistent. And as soon as that happens, the league is just too good. The teams are just too close. You give them free offense, and it makes it hard. And then in turn, you look at it, other teams haven't been giving us those chances. Other teams have not been taking those opportunities, and sort of cheating for the offensive side against us. And that's part of why our offense has dried up. So it's just kind of it's a yin and yang all over the place. That's kind of what the league is about.